Y'all. Listen, when I tell you everything just kind of fell into place perfectly, who would have thought that hours ago, the person that I did a triple P on saying it's almost over, literally in the thumbnail, where the title of the show was literally called His Show is About to Be Canceled, and how he's a political pick-me, all falls into place with what happened and transpired tonight and with what just came out not even half an hour ago. So in case y'all are unaware, Vivek Ramen Noodles Ramaswamy has officially suspended his presidential campaign. And like someone said in the chat, it happened on Dr. King's, how the day they acknowledge his birthday, because we know his birthday is really yesterday, but the day they acknowledge his birthday. Oh, what a time it is to be alive. When I found this out, I literally was watching something else on YouTube. I put that on pause. I said I can always go back to that. I literally actually had something lined up that I was going to actually post in my community tab tomorrow. But you know what? Why put on tomorrow, which you can put on today? But before I actually show you what I was going to put on there, because it was going to be about him, and I'm going to have to remind myself to go and remove that from, you know what? I might still post it up on the community tab anyway, because why not? This has officially become an interesting celebration unexpectedly. And shout out to everybody that is here so far in the chat. I will be dropping the link shortly, but I want to show y'all these two things first before I actually drop the link. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because I'm going to just jump right into it. Let me go ahead and pull my my screen up on my phone so I can make sure that I'm keeping up with everybody. And ironically, I use the same thumbnail from today right now because it fits so perfectly. I said, why waste time creating another one? So the first thing I'm going to show y'all is this. Let me go ahead and share my screen right quick and show y'all this article that's coming from, damn it, it had to be NBC News, had to be the one where you gotta have they want to make sure they have their ads on there. Hopefully you don't freeze my screen. So shout out to Kid Gravity, because I actually was in his live stream earlier when he was talking about the Iowa caucus. When they were doing the counts, Ramen Noodle had he came in dead last, like dead. And when I say dead last, I mean dead last. I believe he only had 6 votes. 45 was the clear winner. Ramen Noodle had, like I said, 6 votes. So if you can see right here at the top, it says Trump came in first, DeSantis came in second, Haley came in third, and Ramen Noodle, he couldn't even crack 10%. He only had 7.7% of the support. But this article right here is coming from NBC News, and here it is right here so y'all can see it for yourself. Vivek Ramaswamy drops out of the 2024 presidential race and endorses Trump. Rob, I saw that comment that you left in there. And you're right. This is why earlier I said Ramen Noodles is the political pick-me. The person that got you out is the person you want to run behind and endorse. And the thing is, I predict that I'm gonna be doing another triple P again. Oh, I just realized something. This is history in the making. I'm doing 2 triple Ps in a day on the same person. Again, this one was just unexpected. But I said, you know what? I'm wide awake. It's snowing outside. I probably won't be going anywhere tomorrow. So I can burn the midnight oil a little bit on a Monday. Imagine that. So let's go ahead and get into this, because, I want to hurry up and get through this so I can drop the link, because I know y'all want to come up and have something to say. I know y'all got something to say about this. The 38-year-old first-time candidate campaign is someone who could carry on the MAGA movement, but those voters largely stayed with Trump in Iowa. Businessman Ramen Noodles dropped out of the 2024 presidential race Monday night after a disappointing showing in the Iowa caucuses and endorsed former President Donald Trump. Now, again, remember what Donald Trump just said about this dude. He said, "You're not MAGA. I don't trust you." Why would you run behind someone that just said they don't trust you? Like, what position do you think you will have in that space? What do you think? You know what? Let me continue going. Ramaswamy finished fourth in Iowa. NBC News projects coming in well behind Trump, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and former UN Ambassador Nimrata Ron Howard. Ramaswamy had 8% of the GOP caucus vote, with more than 90% of precincts reporting late Monday night. Ramen Noodles said he called Trump to congratulate him on his victory and would attend a rally with him in New Hampshire on Tuesday. Again, the political pick-me. There needs to be an America First candidate in this race, Ramaswamy said. Going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. The 38-year-old entrepreneur was not well known when he entered the race, and guess what? He won't be well known after it either, or at least not for what he hopes to be. In February 2023, in his first run for political office, but he quickly broke through with Republican voters in a campaign that aligned with Trump in both tone and policy substance, as he positioned himself as an heir to the MAGA movement. But his campaign was unable to pull much support away from Trump, who retained the loyalty of Republican voters despite Ramaswamy's efforts to convince them that they'd be better able to push the America First agenda, and he and Trump both championed. As the campaign got closer to Iowa, Ramaswamy's rhetoric took on an increasingly conspiratorial bent, imploring supporters to quote-unquote wake up and speaking of plots and forces working to shape the election. His pitch to Trump fans was convoluted. He told supporters not to waste their votes on Trump because they would not let him anywhere near the White House, citing the criminal cases against the former president and the battles to keep him off the ballot on 14th Amendment grounds in Colorado and Maine. But 3 days before the Iowa caucuses, Trump took direct aim at Ramaswamy for calling him wounded. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said Vivek started his campaign as a great supporter, the best president in generations. Unfortunately, now all he does is disguise his support in the form of deceitful campaign tricks. Ramaswamy campaigned on taking Trump's policies even further as president. He pledged to shut down government agencies, including the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Department of Education, and to massively shrink the number of federal workers. He vowed to use the United States military to secure the southern and northern borders. And he proposed ending birthright citizenship for American-born children of undocumented immigrants, arguing that the 14th Amendment, which states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, was not designed to apply to them. Ramaswamy also set himself up as an antagonist to the other candidates in the Republican presidential debates, especially former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and former UN Ambassador Nimrata. Ramaswamy and Ron Howard sparred repeatedly at debates, and Ramaswamy repeatedly claimed toward the end of his campaign that she was a puppet for the deep state. But he hewed closer to Trump, so much so that many people at Ramaswamy's events urged him to push for the vice presidential slot on Trump's ticket if it was offered to him. Ramaswamy would say in response that he is not a plan B person. I call BS on that. He seems to be a very plan B type of person. I'll let y'all decipher that. Ramaswamy poured millions of dollars of his own money into the campaign and held the most public events out of all of his GOP rivals, including over 300 in Iowa, hitting all 99 counties in the Hawkeye State twice. He moved his campaign staff to the early voting states of Iowa and New Hampshire as a last-ditch primary effort in November. And speaking of last-ditch efforts, when I show y'all this post that he made just a couple hours before the caucus in Iowa, I wish that I and Kid Gravity had a hold of this before then, but wait till y'all see this right here. So this is from my page right here. Now you can see, let me zoom in right quick because I want y'all to see what he wrote. This is absolutely ridiculous. I said, this was his campaign strategy if last resort was a person. Now look at this right here. He posted this up at 7:10 p.m. today. He said there are two genders. And no, a man cannot become a woman. Iowa, I'm asking for your vote tonight. What? That was your last ditch effort, was to tell people the obvious, that there are two genders? And it still didn't work. What? Are you serious? When I saw this, I laughed so hard. And I kid you not, I saw this post, I reposted it up onto my X account, and how would fate have it that about 10 to 15 minutes later, I get that alert to my phone via email that he suspended his campaign. He knew that with how horrible he did in Iowa, there was no chance that he was going to fare well in these other states. That was it. He could not cross a threshold that would make it where it was a strong possibility that he would even have a snowball chance. Ironically, I said snowball, and it's snowing outside right now in hell, of even catching up to everyone else. But I'm not surprised that he's now attached himself to the Trump campaign, because that's where he wanted to be at from the beginning. Let's be real here. This whole campaign that Ramaswamy was running was not for him to become president, because deep down, I think he knew he wasn't going to become president. And I think his fans even knew that too. This was so he could be closer to 45 in hopes that he could get a position there. Now, the biggest wake-up call is going to happen is if hypothetically Trump gets back in the office and Ramaswamy doesn't have a spot. And like y'all said in the chat, you cannot make this stuff up. But now that I've gotten through all of that, I'm going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to drop the link, because I know y'all have some. I know y'all got a lot to say about this. It's not that much to unpack, but I mean, there you go. If anybody would like to come up, feel free to do so. The link is right there. And shout out to the 240 people that is in here right now. Let's bring on our first person. We got Yamacraw King. What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? This Tyron Leon. Oh wow, this is news to me. He's backing out of the race already.
Mm-hmm. But like I said,
Wow.
he really didn't stand a chance. Like if you saw those numbers that he had for Iowa, when they was running down the names, his name only came up 6 times.
That's funny as heck. And also, the Indian people aren't even going for him. They rather go for Trump rather than Nikki Haley or Ramaswamy or Kamala,
Hmm.
which is odd, but not surprising, because Asians and all these other groups put their white people before their own people. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not really surprising.
Yeah. But like I said,
And
what's getting me is that was what Trump recently said about him, like within the last couple of days, about him saying he can't be trusted. So now you're going to go align yourself with the person that just told you can't be trusted. Why would they have you around? I said he about to make me do another triple P on him, because I just got the biggest feeling Trump is going to string him along and then kick him out on his ass at the end.
yeah, and the amount of boot licking this dude does for Trump,
Yes.
it's crazy. And people thought that like he was hitting on something when he was debating. Who's that chick was on Breakfast Club?
Oh, Teslin.
Yeah, he thought he was doing something with that, and people had the nerve to back this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's
Unfortunately.
just crazy. But I'd like to thank you for letting me on,
No
and have a
problem.
wonderful evening.
You too. Before I bring up the next person, shout out to Janesta for the $2. She said he can hit the road jack. LOL, this is crazy. Yep, he can definitely do that. He, like I told you, the political pygmy, that is his official title, y'all. That is his official title. Okay, we got Cosmo Fury. What's going on?
Oh man, what is good, man? That was lightning fast.
It really was.
Jeez.
I listen. I don't think none of us was expecting that. I know I wasn't.
Hey, you broke your record, like you said. You got two triple P's in one day on the same person. This is
Mm-hmm.
unprecedented. And I wonder just how red Vivek's knees off from slurping up 45 in the back after he succeeded to him. Yo, it's like everybody, you and everybody saying this was definitely a audition.
Hmm.
And I'm saying to myself, Trump might be right about something. If you were that desperate to throw black people and even your own under the bus just to be under his good graces, you kind of can't be trusted at all.
Hmm. And let this be a lesson to not just people like Ramen Noodles, but all these black conservatives, the
Hmm.
ones who do the same, who be doing the bootlicking too.
Yep,
Y'all are in the same boat. Y'all are in the same exact boat.
they are. And I don't know why so many still try. They don't see the forest for the trees. Like the wake up call hasn't happened for so many of them.
Hmm.
But I don't know when he's gonna truly get his, because he's still trying. He's desperate.
Oh yeah, he's very desperate. If he has to throw his weight behind a person that told him that you can't be trusted after you lost badly, mainly to him. And keep in mind, DeSantis and Nimrata are doing no better. Like 45, like Trump, he had like 51% of the vote out there. Everyone, like when DeSantis, he came in second, but he was like 20% lower. It wasn't even close.
Oh dear. Oh
So
God help us
so
all.
so so it won't be long before one or both of them drop out soon.
Yeah, Haley's gonna be first, and then her and Vivek can travel back to India and recollect on it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for having me up, man.
No problem. All right, next up we got Blueberry Muffin. What's going on?
Evening, family. Thanks for bringing me up on the stage, Tarian. Two triple P's in one day. Let me tell you something. This is one hell of an election season. You
And
know,
it's only January. It's only January.
it is only January, and the caucuses haven't gotten into full swing. We haven't even gotten to Super Tuesday, which is in March. We haven't
Mhm.
even gotten to the South Carolina primary, which is in February. Good Lord. I feel absolutely nothing for Ramaswamy. When
Nope.
Trump called him out for exactly what he is, something that cannot be trusted.
Hmm.
I'm glad Trump put that out there full front and center so these other model minority, white adjacent bootlicks and the black ones get some of that too,
Hmm.
can really sit back and readjust their thinking. First
I
of all, Ramaswamy, Ramen Noodles didn't have a snowball's chance at all because he's not a snowball. Come on, that's Iowa. I don't know how many people are from Iowa in the chat or have been through Iowa, but the darkest thing over there is the pavement. I mean, really? My God, what did this 35-year-old breath smelling like Similac, turban wearing son of a bitch think he was going to get by throwing not just black people under the bus, but everybody else? Just to, curry favor, pun intended. Okay? And, you know, I actually know Nimrod Rondawa. I mean, Nikki Haley. Okay? She's not going to get very far either. She's going to drop out before DeSantis
Mhm.
simply because nobody likes her. She's got the same problem as the current VP. All right, she
Yeah.
can't be trusted. She's a traitor, and she's been passed around more than twice in the political circles. So I'm waiting on your triple P on Nimrata.
Trust and believe. Trust and believe it's coming. When she announces that she drops out, you will know.
As hey, send me the notification because I got the popcorn, butter popcorn with the seasoned salt ready because this gonna be good. Thanks for letting me up on the stage and good night.
You know, one person I definitely can't wait to hear from is Harvey. I have the strongest feeling that by the time this stream is over, he gonna have a video ready to upload if it's not gonna be uploaded by the time this stream is done, because I already know he is probably going to do probably damn near an hour-long video, stretch that hour out talking about this, and I can't wait to hit every second of it. Next up, we got Miss Niecy, Denise. I know you got, listen, I'm gonna just be quiet.
Well, all I got to say, poetic justice. Is this not the best MLK celebration today, this year?
Mm-hmm.
All that smack talking about black folks. Your dumb ass don't realize you damn near, you are the same color as us. And them white folks let you know. Now, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I told people, I said, people like him, they're going to get their wake-up call from the people whose ass they kiss all the time. And I'm always right when I say that. Because the thing is, you can sit back and talk about us all day, but we're not the ones that helped you lose. They are.
Well, 15th day, first month, 2024. I keep thinking about your celebration year-end thing. And I said, let the shit show begin. Damn, it's off to a chaotic start, is it not?
You're right.
Well, I'm not going to stay up here too long because it's past my bedtime. But shit, I saw my notifications. Oh, hell yeah, I got to get on this. Got to. All right. You be blessed, Torian. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to Denise for coming up before I bring up the next person. Shout out to Fauna Faye for the $5 super chat. She said, keep dropping those truth bombs, and thanks for the out of the blue entertainment tonight. You're welcome. No problem. Like I said, good thing I'm up. I still got a lot of energy. All right, next up we got GBS Great Black Shark. What's going on?
Man, salute to you, good brother, man. Say it ain't so. Swami the dummy is down. Oh, I'm sure that none of us are really going to be able to deal with this. I know this was very traumatic and tragic for everyone. Man, this little Gumby imitation clone looking goofball, him and Larry Elder basically learned the same lesson. They don't understand that, especially when it's somebody like Trump. Anytime white supremacy has to choose between the clone, the watered down version, and the genuine article, they're going to go with the genuine article every time. When Trump put out that True Social, that statement on True Social, it was a wrap, man. I was like, oh, yeah, you on borrowed time, buddy. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, but it doesn't surprise me because, like, I don't think Vivek Ramaswamy understands, like, the mindset of the MAGA base right now. They are 100% behind Trump no matter what. They are determined to get him back in that White House, and all the rest of these clowns that's trying to run against him, it's over with for them, man. The joke is on them. They're the only people that don't realize that they're basically mascots. And now, as in all cases that they do, they're teaching the mascots their proper place. So, man, this is hilarious, man. I'm gonna have to light him up. I'm gonna have to get him, man, because I said, well, I probably got a little bit of time to wait before they kick him to the curb. But lo and behold, I just happened to catch your stream. I was like, oh man, I busted out laughing. This is hilarious, brother. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm glad you caught this, man. In time or what have you, we gonna have to light him up. I'm gonna give him the work of God, man. I'm gonna make him block me on there, boy, because I'm finna light him up, man.
Good. Like I said, I think everybody who is a part of the new black media should definitely speak on this, because this man has said so much anti-black-ish since the start of his campaign. That's his foundation. That was the foundation of his whole campaign, was to come at us, and then he started to branch off when he got comfortable. But see, the thing is, you got a little too comfortable. And the thing is, when they do stuff like that, you can't stay in the anti-black trope for too long. Like I said earlier in my Triple P about him, I forgot who said it. I can't remember if it was TBA or Professor Black Truth. Yeah, you can talk about black people all day, but guess what? Black people are not the one who's running against you for president. So keep that in mind. It's not us that you're competing against. Yeah, that's fine and all to entertain them, because they're going to get a kick out of it anyway. But at the end of the day, what is your policy looking like? What are you going to do for the infrastructure of this establishment? You talking about us is not going to cut it. That's going to get you kind of in the door with them, but at the end of the day, that's not going to keep you there. That doesn't keep you kept. And now he's finding out that he got kicked to the curb. He's, like I said, he's literally on a thread. The reason why I said it is because he attached himself to 45's campaign, but that's not going to last long either. Again, it's January. The election is in November. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. You got anything else?
You're absolutely right, brother. I mean, it's yet another wake up call for these, white adjacent folks and these Sambozos that think that, okay, if they lick enough boot and kiss enough white butt, that's going to put them, in good graces with these people. But yeah, that's never the case. And each one of them think that they're going to be the special one to actually jump over that hurdle that none of them have ever made it over in history, period. As we all know, when white supremacy is done with its tools, it breaks them. So from here, he's going to fade off into obscurity. This is it. Because what I foresee, Brother Torian, is this. There's going to come a point here, and we're going to start to see it this year. This is the beginning of it, probably, where they're going to let all of their mascots and bootlegs know that, look, we really don't have a use for you all anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think we're going to start to see that not only on the conservative side, but I think it's going to start to happen on the liberal side as well, because see, what I'm waiting for is what everybody else is waiting for. When Roly Poly, the last king of chicken wings, when these election results come back in November, if Jim Crow Joe gets his ass up out of there, which I'm hoping and praying for, whoever people give their vote to, just don't give it to the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Or that, or just opted to ride the couch at home, do some quality couch surfing. If Biden loses, Roland Martin is going to go on a lifelong diet. He's going to be skinny as hell, crying all over the place. I mean, he's going to be sweating bacon bits. He probably going to go over there and hug Ramen Noodle. It's going to be hilarious, brother.
That dashiki going to turn into a moo-moo.
Hey, he looked like a big old pig in the blanket of that thing. I mean, that boy, I don't believe those are dashiki. See, what I believe those are, Brother Torian, he's pulled down some curtains and practiced his knitting skills and made him a little house dress. That's what he looked like. Ridiculous though, man. But hey, keep cooking them, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you bringing this to our attention, brother. And with that said, man, I'm gonna land my plane. Salute to you.
All right, appreciate you. Shout out to Great Black Shark for coming up. Make sure if y'all haven't done so to subscribe to his channel. He's also a voice in the new black media as well. Before I bring up the next person, shout out to AW1 for the $5 super chat. He said, "What up, Torian? You are the man, brother. I appreciate you. I definitely do." And also shout out to Denise for the $10 super chat. She said, "Best MLK celebration 2024. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." All right, next up we got Joseph. What's going on?
Hey, Tarian. Hey, chat room. I'm glad the silver lining happened with Vivek Ramen Noodles losing. Considering what happened in South Carolina and the foolery that took place.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. Two things happened that pretty much sealed the Democrats' fate. Vivek Ramaswamy losing and pretty much supergluing his face to Donald Trump's butt cheeks, and the NAACP showing their hand. Mm-hmm. They could have just remained silent and let us on the grassroots protests. We could deal with the Palestinian Israeli, interceptors trying to dissipate the energy of our rallies. But the NAACP showed their hand by trying to silence us. So it's pretty much a nail in the coffin for them as an organization. And like you said, so much can happen between now and November, but they pretty much stained their hand by trying to intercept, the rally a couple of rallies that were being held down there, all for us stomping for reparations.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this was a surprise live, 2 triple P's in a row, and I actually appreciate it.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I'm glad everybody who's in here, all 312 people that's in here right now and counting, like, is after 12. Damn, it just jumped to 321. But yeah, I'm glad that everybody is in here right now. Like, I knew something just told me that a lot of people was gonna hop onto this because, again, collectively over here, none of us like this dude, and for good reason. But like I said, it just came as a shock, because like I wasn't expecting him. I knew he was going to drop out. I just didn't expect it to happen this soon. I knew he performed horrible in the Iowa caucus because I was following it along when Kid Gravity was live. But I did not know he was going to suspend his campaign this soon. But the only thing that doesn't surprise me is that he attached himself to Trump after. That's why I called him the political pick-me. Like, that's the perfect title for him. It's going to catch on. I'm telling you, it's going to catch on.
You could attach that to more than just Vivek. Pretty much anyone who's a conservative on the right wing side are political pygmies. They just don't realize it.
Right.
Anyway, thanks for having me up. Y'all have a good night. Tarian chat room. I'll see y'all.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you, Joseph, for coming up. Next up, we have George. What's going on?
Hey, Torian.
What's going on?
Yeah, I was just talking about this with my uncle today. He watched CNN. I was like, man, they ain't gonna let this man win.
Mm-hmm. I think deep down, he probably knew that he was trying to hold out hope. See, the thing is this: a lot of the people like him have a huge following online, and they think that the following they have online translates to the following that they should have offline. Your offline following should definitely supersede your following online, because those are your real ones right there. The people that's online can say just anything. That's not going to really affect that much. You can't even like how the process works. You can't even do it online. It has to be on the outside. But see, he let that go to his head. He got some attention, and he thinks that he was going somewhere with that. But as you can see, it doesn't translate well at all.
Nah, not at all. Yeah, I was discussing with my mom too, because I seen a notification too. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, oh really? I say Nikki Haley, she might as well pack it up too.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, like, she came in third tonight. She came in third. I'm actually surprised that she got as much support as she did, considering she did come in third, because her and DeSantis, well, I wouldn't say they were like neck and neck. There was pretty much a gap between all four of them, because 45 had like 51%. Satan had like 30%. She had like maybe, I think, if I remember, like 17%. And of course, Ramen Noodles, he was like 7%. So it was a gap. Like, there was no kind of closeness in those percentages between any of them.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I already knew. He's like, come on, man. Like I put in the chat today. I was like, come on, the Indian guy running the country. No, it's not gonna work. Nah, hell be on froze hope for that happen. Right. Same way with Nikki Haley, because she's a woman too. That's they ain't nah. I don't think that's gonna work. You know.
Got anything else?
Nah, that's about it. I'm glad I talked to you. I've been watching your your channel for a while now. I think you was on the channel you had before this, and I think the first video that I remember watching was you talking about what happened with that guy and those group of girls. That's my video I remember first watching.
Oh wow! You've been around for a while, because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That whole thing. Like I say, man, it's getting. I'm telling people. I'm telling my mom, like, it's getting crazy and crazier. Mm-hmm. I heard it's 2024 is going real quick, man. And I think before I go, the last thing I'm gonna say is like, don't matter to me who wins, but let's say if Trump doesn't win, you see how they acted last time. I think this time, if it don't work out in his favor, it's gonna be some shit, man. It's gonna.
Like I said, we shall see.
We shall see.
November will be here before we know it.
And that's my deceased father. That's his birthday month. So you know, yeah. That's November. He born in November. So yeah, it'll be here for you know it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no problem.
All right, no problem.
Shout out to George for coming up. Before I bring up the next person, let me acknowledge some super chats and a member acknowledgement that came in the chat. Shout out to Blacklight Revelations 2, aka Rob. He said Vivek can now go back to being a full-time stand-in D-list Bollywood reject looking mofo. What a no self-respect having clown. You said a mouthful with that one because he is all of those and then some. Shout out to Rob, and also I have another super chat from Sabadine, 100 for the 99. Well, I'm sorry, $9.99. Super chat. He said, "Congratulations in this moment. You called it. B1. Appreciate it." I think you know what. Honestly, any one of us could have called this. Honestly, like we did not have to consult with a crystal ball or a fortune teller to know that this was going to happen. I think, like I said, it's just the fact that it happened this fast. It happened so soon. Like they're not even in the thick of the campaign season yet. This is still early stages. This is like the pre-show. We haven't even gotten to the main event yet. So it is what it is. And let's bring up now we have Jonathan. What's going on?
What's going on, Torian, man? Let me tell you something. When I saw that you did an update on this PPP about Vivek Ramaswamy, I was like, I had to do another second chat with you, bro. So let me tell you about that no good piece of crap that's bootlicking. Man, when he was talking about running for president so he can get rid of Juneteenth Day, it didn't mean nothing. It's useless. I was like, oh man, the flame, the fume in my knuckles that wanted to punch this dude in his face. Because I'm like, this man really sucking up to these people who could give two double shits about him, and he's like so dumb and so retarded that he doesn't realize it. Like he's being used as a coach. Like
and and here's the thing, he's allowing himself to be used. That's the worst part. It's one thing if you're being used and you don't even know that you're being used, but it's another thing when you're being used and you know it and you still allow yourself to be used. Again, the political pick-me.
And I'm thinking, like, how do you have self-respect for yourself by allowing yourself to be used like that? Like, these people are gonna use you to get used up, and they ain't gonna realize it until the November this year. Like, their podcast probably ain't gonna even succeed. And like, for the love of God, this man 6% in the presidential vote.
Exactly. When I saw those numbers, I said he's not lasting long. He's not gonna go far. When I saw that, honestly, I knew he wasn't gonna go far even before those numbers came out. I said he's performing right now. He's being very performative. Like this isn't well, I can't even say if that's him or not. That probably really is who he is. But he just screams the type of person that he's never been on the winning team for anything in his life. And this is one of the few times where he's garnered some type of attention. People have acknowledged his presence. He no longer feels invisible. So now he has to attach himself to an entity that he believes is winning. But the thing is, he's still losing, because at the end of the day, win or lose, like if Trump loses, then now that makes you look even worse. But if he wins, you still lost because you had to attach yourself to someone because your campaign failed. He basically did the same thing that Kamala Harris did. Because remember when she was running for president and how low her numbers was. Matter of fact, when you think about it, her numbers and his numbers were about the same. But when she lost, the only reason she ended up getting attached to him is because a lot of black people kept saying, oh, Joe Biden, you need to have a black woman as a running mate. And they chose her. That's the only reason she's there. If that wasn't the case, if black people wasn't campaigning for her to get there, it would be a whole new VP in that position. It wouldn't be her.
And that's the thing about it. And then, you know, her behind over here sucking up, talking about Americas and races or whatever. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, this woman.
And saying that she wouldn't do anything specifically for black people while simultaneously doing everything specifically for every other group.
And the funny part is she has a past of incarcerating black men in prisons and now. And I'm thinking like when she started planning on running for president, I was thinking finally someone from our community that's going to be brave enough to step in there and, you know, represent us in the best way possible. Only to find out that she was known to incarcerate black men, down other black people, just to get in the high road to where she is today. And I was like, I'm not feeling that. Now, fast forward, and the same way to Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh, I'm sorry, Vivek Ramaswamy. Like, this fool do not realize how stupid it is to feel used. And being used is one of the worst things ever to be experienced. Like, once these people already use you, once they already got what they want from you, from all your racism, your white adjacents, your ass kissing, boot licking BS, and all the stuff you do to take down the black holidays and black people, man, they're gonna throw you on your ass, and you're gonna be looking all in the desert by yourself, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And it's like I said, I cannot stand him. I can't stand TJ Pearson.
Oh God, I started on him. Oh man. Oh, and speaking of, I gotta throw this out there about Candace Owens. She done started to throw she threw her support behind Ramen Noodles recently. I know that woman probably has a carton of egg on her face right now, enough to make a family's worth size of omelets. That woman literally is another one. Now she's like a grifted gypsy. Like, that woman will go anywhere where she can feel she can get a win. Now, keep in mind, this woman just gave birth to her third child. Why are you not tending to your newborn? You just gave birth. Why are you out there trying to stump for this man? Well, now she can't stump for him anymore because he dropped out. So she got to go back to the drawing board. I can't wait to see what her response is going to be. She's gonna try to save face on her YouTube channel. I already know she is. I don't know what she posted up on X because I blocked her, but I know she gonna have something to say because she can't keep her mouth shut either.
Bro, she a dumbass herself. Like, she gonna fuck around, put herself into stress, and she lucky she didn't put herself around on stress when she was pregnant with her kids, because she could have honestly put her kids at caught it in miscarriage the way how she would kept on grifting, not getting on days off. At the end of the day, these folks that so-called support her don't really give a damn about her. And you see, they showing about not letting her get maternity leave. They said, no, you gotta still talk your shit about black people. You still gotta come up with some stuff that's gonna try to twist a narrative to make it sound like that we're telling the truth about why this black person deserves this or that from the police and all that. And you like gonna have the nerve to put your unborn child in jeopardy just to please them. Mm-hmm. Bro, it's not enough money in the world that I will put my kids in jeopardy just to make someone else happier, pleased. I'm like, man, F this class. They ain't gonna cause me to go into cardiac arrest and the stress causing my unborn kids to die before I can even have them, because they want me to grill. And it's like you said, there's no retirement plan into that. It's
None.
no, they ain't gonna get a damn thing out of there. Once they throw her on the bus, she's gonna be out of the desert with Vivek Salami, and they both gonna look at each other stupid as hell. Right along with C.J. Pearson and hate himself, Tatum, Faker, bro. They all gonna be like, damn, I guess. And then if they try to come to us, we're gonna say, fuck y'all, stay where y'all at. You should have never did what y'all did.
Oh yeah, we keeping
It's
it.
not working.
Listen. We are keeping a digital paper trail on all of them. Trust me. And the thing is, it's not hard to find. Like all of it is on the internet. You can find all of it about any of them. Like Kid Gravity said in a lot of his streams, like last year in particular, this is going to be the year where the grift comes to a screeching halt for all of them. They just don't. A lot of them just don't realize it yet. Like I said, she threw her weight behind Vivek because Trump was done with her. Like he been done with her. So she's like a grifting gypsy. So now she attached himself to him, but now he suspended his campaign to now attach himself to Trump, the political pick-me, because he loves Trump so much, even when Trump basically told him about himself. And it wasn't even a diss to him. He was really telling him about himself. He was actually pretty factual in everything that he said. And, you know, Trump, he's going to say what he says and how he says it. And now what is she going to do? Now she's back out there on that island of her own. She's already burnt so many bridges. She's already messed up with everywhere that she's gone. She's been with PragerU. She's done with that. She's practically on her last leg with the Daily Wire because she's been getting into it with Ben Shapiro and all of them over there. Then she tried to attach herself with Ramen Noodles, and now his campaign suspended. Where can she go? This woman is literally on an island by herself.
Well, the only place she can go is to the northeast Sentinel Island, where those 20,000 the 20,000-year-old Africans shoot them poison arrows at her because she can't come back to her.
She was never here. That's the thing. She was never here.
Yeah, and I don't understand what made her do this after she experienced racism when she was in high school. She should want to be a part of us after that. But you're gonna go suck up to those folks after experienced racism in high school. Your old high school friend who's not black, by the way, made a video and like asked you, Candace, what happened to you when you got racially profiled in high school? Right, you got discriminated and everything. You had to file a lawsuit, and you want all that money. So you know what I'm saying. Like, have you forgotten that you went through that when you were going to school? So what is you doing now? Why are you doing this? Why are you siding with the folks that racially discriminate you when you was in high school?
I've always said that mental enslavement was always worse than the physical. At least with the physical, you can heal from the wounds, but if they can get in your head, that's it. Like mentally, she thinks she's one of them. When they can insult her that way and she still stays over there, like that video Kid Gravity was playing where that white woman insulted her in that airport and said, "Aren't you a black woman?" She didn't come back and give a snarky remark to her because deep down, she probably saw her as one of her sisterin. But again, look at who she surrounds herself around. She don't want to be around us, and that's fine. We don't want to be around her either. So when they send her on her way, there's no way they can send her back over here because she was never here. She just gonna have to go be a nomad. But anyway, Jonathan, I'm gonna have to let you go because I got some more people I have to get go to.
Man, it was nice talking to you, man. Hey, tell that Ramaswamy, that's ugly ass son of a bitch, that he can go suck it back to India. That's all I can say.
Damn. All right, you have a good one. Hey, people coming up here tonight to say it with their whole chest. All right, next up we got Gene. What's going on?
What's up, Torian? How you been, man?
I've been good.
So I want to first touch bases on regards to the whole NAACP. Look, we needed them to show their hand. So all those who ever doubted can see it for themselves, the type of shit they do behind our back and now in our face. And second point, so far as ramen noodles, I don't give a damn. That's just how short I had it for you today, Torian. Thanks for letting me up.
All right, no problem. Shout out to Gene for coming up. Next up, we got Jacoby, what's going on?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hold on, right quick with Jacoby before you go any further. Rob,
Yes.
Rob, I just saw the comment you posted. you said, are you sure that's egg on her face? Hey, you know what?
That's wrong.
I see what you did there.
Ooh,
Go ahead, Jacoby. You got it.
he wrong. oh gosh, that image. Anyway, man, if his campaign is listening to this, you lost when you started shitting on black folks. When you decided to go down to the south side of Chicago, black people are not a tourist attraction where you can just go through there and say, I figured out black folks in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Black folks respect authenticity, honesty, and real. We ain't asking you to get it right, but you got it wrong. When you started shitting on Juneteenth, that was a no-go. When you started putting, well, we need to have education on voting and take a test. Do you know that's what our ancestors went through to vote? He is totally culture deaf. See, he was never going to get the nominee or even close to it because why? People still got a bad taste in their mouth about the election between Trump and Biden. He wasn't going to get it. Second of all, we got to see what Trump was like for 4 years. Second of all, most of the young voters, most of the young black voters are going for Trump. So Trump don't want no person like that. I can just kind of tell you, Trump is a person who you want to be honest with yourself and know your place. The
Right.
problem is he didn't know his place. He thought he was on equal with Mr. Trump, Mr. Whitey, and he wasn't. And that's why I say you can't be trusted. You going, you bouncing all over the place. You trying to rap like Eminem, and then you talking
That
about.
was so. Oh, that was so
I was
cringe. And
like,
you know, and you know,
oh,
you know they, and you know, Eminem and BMI. They sent him a cease and desist letter. Was like, look,
dude,
we
don't
do
do
not
that again.
endorse you at all. Do not use my song. If you decide to use my song again, we
Yeah.
will be sending you a bill.
Yeah, and he just wasn't honest with himself, and people can see through that. People respect honesty. That's why a lot of people like Trump. He's charismatic. He hasn't changed really for nobody. He says some crazy shit, but when at the end of the day, he's about business. This is not good for business. That's why he said I don't trust him. He's not good for business. You fucking up my vote right now. I can't have you around that. He
And
definitely
then
can't.
you would
He
think
can't.
that Ramen News will understand that, considering he has a business himself.
Yeah, but his business was been isolated from black culture, and all he knows is white dominant culture, and he has no idea. This is why he's getting his quote unquote wake up call, and he's not getting it. He's going
Yeah.
to get it, and so that's what I would say to his campaign where you fucked up at. You had an opportunity to know about black voters and get to know black folks, not to sit there and talk down on black folks and thinking that you know everything just because you went to a barbershop and got a haircut and then you don't you don't sit there and capitalize and say, well, let me get to know black folks a little bit more. No, that's not what you did. You want to get rid of African American history. You want to get rid of Juneteenth. And we're all like, no, we good. You all over the place. And
Yeah.
I never really followed him again because he's a type of person that he he just likes to hear himself talk. And he needs to be around people who can actually debate him word for word. He couldn't debate you. He couldn't debate Rob. He couldn't debate uh, TD Hip Hop. He couldn't debate uh, Jason Black. He couldn't debate Tariq Nasheed. He couldn't debate even Mike TV. He couldn't debate none of them because he will lose. See, this is the era of the new generation where young black people are not putting up with it. We are our backs are against the wall. We have nothing left. And he could have sat his ass, went to Chicago and said, I'm with you, black folks. We're going to get this. We're going to fix this illegal. No, that's not what he did. That ain't exactly, because that's exactly how he feels about black people. Okay, so he
Exactly.
needs to go on over there, go do his business, venture capital, whatever. And he should have learned what the way Trump did Chris Christie. So when Chris Christie helped Trump get into office, Trump kicked him to the curb. And so you need to understand know your place, be honest with yourself, and don't expect nothing. And people will respect you for that. Now, the NAACP shit, I want to say this to them. Marcel Dixon, I'm with you. D. Tubman, I'm with you. I saw the clips and it pissed me off. This is what I say to those coons. Go to hell. Your mama can go to hell. Your daddy can go to hell. And all your coon bloodlines can go to hell too, for all I care. And your ancestors can go to hell too. Because you are fucking over the black people who have nothing to get yourself some biscuits. Fuck you. Fuck your mama. Fuck your daddy. Fuck your grandma. Fuck your auntie. Fuck your children. Fuck them all. Because if you're not willing to sacrifice and ride for black folks, we ain't got nothing else for you. You sold us out. Now we have to sit there and pick up the crumbs. Now you have to sit here and try to re-educate us, and Rob Light has to sit there and re-educate us, and try to Phil Scott and all the grassroots has to sit here and put their lives on the line. Okay, and just to get us back into gear because we trusted these organizations, and this is the shit that we get. Fuck them all. I hope they all burn in hell. And y'all have a good night.
Well, there you have it. I mean, what do I say to that? I mean, hey, it is what it is. And before I bring up the next person, there were some super chats that I needed to get to that I forgot. I'm going to acknowledge them right now. Shout out to Inga71 for the $4.99 super chat. She said, stopping through to show my support. I've really been enjoying your channel. I greatly appreciate it, Inga. Also, we have Mike4282 with the $5 super chat. He said Vivek couldn't make it out of Iowa. God is great. And shout out to the Makim Report with the $12. She said Vivek doesn't have staying power and his money didn't help either. He thought wrong. Exactly. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Hey, Rob, I think you would be very proud with my subscribers because they are doing as you wanted, and that is embracing villainy. All right, next up, we have Black by Popular Demand. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Torin? I've been a supporter of your channel for the past probably about 5 years or so.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I just love your content. I'm glad you have me on here. But what I have to say is, you know, I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. Of course, I'm black first, be first.
B1.
Yeah. And the last election, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Biden either. I put reparations down for my vote. That's what I put down. So I wanted an agenda to happen for us as black people. And I'm going to do that again on this election too. Nice. But with that being said, one thing I don't understand is a lot of blacks are saying that don't vote Democrat, don't vote Joe Biden, and all this and other. But Trump and the Republican Party is not any better though. Mm-hmm. You know.
Oh yeah, I always say that. I always say that. They're two wings attached to the same buzzard. I always say that. I'm in the same boat as you. I am unaffiliated. I am not attached to any party. Like, I have the card to prove it. The card came in the mail last September. It says my name, independent, and I said good. I said because both parties are like when you look at them in hindsight, are neither one of them are for us.
Yeah, exactly. Either one of them. It's just, and you know, but you just have a lot of our pro-blacks are saying, well, don't vote Democrat and all of this, and don't be for. Okay, I get everything, I get all that, but see, but we don't want Trump in office either. We don't want Republican Party in office because you don't want a party like the Republican Party because they're denying this election. You know, Trump and them are denying this election, and a lot of these states that are Republican states. I'm out of Tennessee. I'm out of Nashville, Tennessee. So
God, that means you're close to Candace.
Yeah, where's she at? Where's she at?
I listen, she should be at home nursing her newborn. That's what she should be doing.
Yeah, but I'm in a Republican state, and so a lot of these Republican states, my state included, they're doing all kind of things to stop people of color from voting. You know, because a lot of our people vote Democrat or whatever. So they're doing a lot of stuff like gerrymandering has become big in this state. We even made the front of, I think it was Wall Street Journal or New York Times. I think it was New York Times. We made the cover about 3 years ago because I had bought that paper. about the gerrymandering that's going on in the state of Tennessee. So, and if you look at other Republican states, they're doing the same thing and even worse. They're doing all kind of stuff to stop black people from voting and brown people and people of that nature who they think is going to vote Democrat. So the thing about that is we don't want a party and a president in office that has that type of mentality. Because whether you vote or don't vote, or whatever the case is, you still don't want that type of system in place that is willing to disregard your votes or get rid of your votes because you're not voting for their person. So we have to be careful with some of this stuff out here.
I hear you.
All right. Well, that's all I had to say for today. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right, you have a good one. All right, I'm gonna bring up one last person. Got the My Voice channel. What's going on?
What's going on, Tori? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
That's good, man. I won't be on here too long. I just saw your my notification about this my V character who lost. I feel nothing for him. I don't feel nothing for the Republic nor the Democratic politicians who have done nothing for our community. It's good that we are embracing not only villainy, but also we are embracing our history and our culture and our people, and we need to keep going for it to the point where we have our own everything. So that's all for now. I will be doing my own commentary about it. Hopefully around this week. So please follow my channel. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Definitely. Shout out to you. Hey Rob, I'm gonna drop the link for you. Rob, I don't know if you want to come up or not, but since you in the chat right now, because sometimes I can rarely get you when I'm doing these because you might be doing your own live or you might be busy. I want you to come up because I definitely want to hear what you got to say about this. Because I know you have some strong feelings about this, and I know you are going to most likely do a live stream somewhere along the way talking about this, but I definitely want to hear from you on this topic, and then after you come up, then I'll shut it down. But I definitely want to hear what you have to say. So Rob, if you were still in the chat, click the link. I just posted it, and I think I see you just typed something. But I definitely want to hear what you guys say about this, and I think that people probably will want to hear from you as well, because this is very interesting, to say the least. But if you don't want to come up, then I completely understand though. I can't believe that mofo actually dropped out. It's been a long time coming, but I'm glad that time has finally arrived. Now, when we talk about moments on the channel, when I be talking about people got to have the moment, this is a perfect example of that. Donna, I know Rob was in, he just typed something in here like right after I had dropped the link. But like I said, if he doesn't want to come up, then I'll understand. I'll drop it one more time and see if he sees it. Wild and Wayne said Ramen has decided to cut. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. So Rob said he's at the plantation right now, so he can't come up. Okay, understandable. All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to Queen Now for the $10 super sticker. I greatly appreciate it. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Shout out to everybody who came through. Again, this was an impromptu, a very unexpected stream right here, but I had to come on here and say something about this. Shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody who came up on the panel and aired out their grievances. I had a lot of people come up who this was their first time speaking, who really wanted their voice to be heard on this situation. Shout out to Janesta Fanafe, AW1D, Denise Scales, Blacklight Revelations 2, Cyberdyne 100, Inga 71, Mike 4282, The Makin Report, John C. Winston, and Queen Now for the contributions to the channel. About to head up off of here. It's almost 1 in the morning if y'all are on the East Coast. I'm glad this many people came up at this time of night, but I kind of knew y'all was going to be here because y'all wasn't about to miss this. But we will be back on here tomorrow for the 11 a.m. premiere video. Of course, by now, y'all have already seen the window. If you haven't, make sure y'all go and have your notifications turned on for that. And we will go from there. Every one of y'all in here, have a good night. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Be safe and be one.